40 pounds in 6 months.
Sign me up.
Get 50% off your first week of food when you sign up now at JennyCraig.com.
This is breaking news.
And we got a live look into the courtroom where the suspected killer of Eliza Fletcher, Cleotha Abston, has a court appearance. We believe that may be him. During the break, the judge said that everyone in that courtroom would be wearing a mask due to potential COVID exposure. People from the jail coming in wearing a mask, and it's required that everyone in that courtroom, he said, wear a mask this morning. So this is a live look. Have we confirmed whether that is Cleotha Abston? So we're waiting for him. Again, the suspect, who we've learned will now be charged with first-degree murder, is going to be in the court this morning for a hearing. Let's listen in.
And I'll address you that way. Mr. Abston, in your first case, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping and tampering with or fabricating evidence in a criminal case. Your bond was set by the Judicial Commissioner in that case in the amount of $500,000. In your second case, you're charged with a misdemeanor offense, theft of property with a value of $1,000 or less, identity theft, and fraudulent use or possession of a credit card. Your bond was set in that case in the amount of $10,000 by the Judicial Commissioner. You're presumed to be innocent of the charges. You have the right to have a lawyer to represent you on these charges. And that is why you were asked to fill out some information for me for each case in an affidavit, similar to this one here too. One for each case. Raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the facts and the information that you are submitting in each of your affidavits concerning whether you can make bond and whether you can hire an attorney is true and correct information, sir? Put your hand down. In each of your affidavits for each case, you state that at this time you are not able to make bond, there's no one to help you, and you're not able to afford a lawyer. Is that correct? Your affidavits will be filed here in each of your court jackets. And based upon your affidavits, I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You'll be assigned a lawyer, appointed counsel, from the Office of the Shelby County Public Defender. I'm referring your cases today to the office and holding your cases over for a short continuance so they can assign a lawyer to represent you who will review your cases and the facts. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Your Honor. On behalf of the Shelby County Public Defender, I accept the appointment. The case will be mine, Your Honor.
All right, you'll sign on both jackets. Miss Jennifer Case, can you step over here and sign the jackets for me, please?
Yes, Your Honor. I will also advise the court that I'm at this time filing a motion for the restriction of extrajudicial statements of prosecution by law enforcement witnesses in the case.
You can file whatever motions you need to at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll be asking the court for an order.
Just to advise you, now, if you've spoken to Mr. Hagerman, I understand that there are additional charges that are forthcoming. How you want to handle this today?
I'd say a couple of things, Your Honor. First, with regard to this motion, I think she said something to the effect of preparing an order. The state intends, as we always do, to comport with the ethical rules about what we can say and what we can't say. I don't understand a request for any sort of gag order at this time. This is literally the first court date.
I haven't seen it yet. There's nothing in the record right now. I haven't seen a written motion. If and when a written motion is filed, I will review it and rule on it. I understand. You'll have the opportunity to be heard.
Very good. The second thing, Your Honor, is yes, additional charges were filed this morning for murder, premeditated murder, and murder in perpetration of a kidnapping. I would expect the Judicial Commissioner to send those cases here, the clerk's office to send those cases here, as Your Honor stated. I would expect them to defer to Your Honor with regard to a bond setting on those cases. I think it would normally come to this court with no bond set, and I think it would make the most sense, just record keeping and everything else right now, to go ahead and show no bond set on this matter as well, so we get everything straight in the record.
If there's going to be any motion filed to reduce bond or set no bond or revoke bond, I want it in writing, in the record, under the statute. A bond has been set by the Judicial Commission at this time. That's the bond. If there's going to be any request by the defense to reduce the bond or change the bond, it must be in writing, per the statute. If there's a request by the state to change the bond, increase it, revoke it, or anything like that, it must be in writing. So if you'll file your motion to have it in the record, then we can deal with that. It's not before me right now. The case is not in front of me, and it requires a written motion by counsel for the defendant, for the state, to file a written motion if there's going to be a change in pay. All right? Thank you. Appreciate that. Now, I'm assuming, that we can't assume that the clerk's office is going to assign the case to this courtroom. I'll have to ask them to specifically do that. Unfortunately, too many times when cases are pending in one courtroom and a person's charged, the clerk assigns it to who's next on the assignment. So I'll have to make a phone call down to the clerk's office and request that they set the case if the charge has been filed. Set those cases with new charges in this court. It'll be on the docket in the morning. So I don't know if you want to hold this until the morning or
I would also ask that perhaps the court hear our motion tomorrow and just file the written motion.
Well, I'll take it up if and when it's filed and give the state an opportunity to look at it, read it, and see if they want to respond to it in writing. So let's don't do oral motions on the first day. Let's don't do that. Let me get it before the court in a proper status, proper way to consider any motions. Okay? We'll take this up in the morning, and I'm assuming that the other case will be on the docket. It's not before me right now. This is all hearsay. I'm hearing this from somebody else. I want it in the record. I want it before me before I make any rulings on anything like that. All right? We'll hold this for tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Show this forward report with the appointment of counsel. Did you sign on this case? September 7th, forward report back date, and I understand there's other charges forthcoming. Hopefully they'll be in this court tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. We'll take it up at that time. Thank you.
So they're gonna be back in court tomorrow. It seems like the prosecutor was trying to get the bond set with the murder counts added.
Yeah.
The judge wouldn't let him do it.
And if you just joined us, that was Cleotha Abston in court this morning, and he was already scheduled to come in on the charges of kidnapping and other charges that he was facing. And in the last 30 minutes, we've learned he's now charged with the murder and the aggravated murder of Eliza Fletcher. So it sounded like Paul Hagerman, the district attorney, who is the prosecutor there, was trying to see if this court would be handling the murder charges as well. The judge had not said that had not been assigned yet. And it did sound like he wants to up the bond from $500,000 to perhaps more.
Yeah, because I'm sure with those kind of charges thrown in there, the bond, that judge would probably set the bond a lot higher, or at least that would be the theory from the DA.
And if we can look in the courtroom real quick, the suspect in the kidnapping and murder of Eliza Fletcher is now leaving the courtroom. And as you mentioned, it looks like he'll be back in court tomorrow, perhaps the same court, on the 3 charges: murder, premeditated murder, and murder in perpetration of a kidnapping.
Yeah, he didn't say anything during the hearing. At one point, he sort of raised his hand. The judge was asking him to swear to the information in the affidavit as far as him not being able to afford an attorney. And he might have mumbled something or nodded, but he didn't say anything, certainly nothing of substance.
It does appear that he will be assigned a public defender to handle this case. A lot of charges here. Cleotha Abston, he's the suspected killer and kidnapper of a young Memphis mother and teacher who was out jogging Friday morning about 4:30 in the morning. We first found out with the University of